Hiya pals, in today's video we're taking a trip to the North West Highlands where we'll be hiking a small mountain with a stunning view from the top. I have left my spare batteries and my microphone in the house, so this might be the shortest video yet. What an idiot. And so the grunt begins. Almost a sea level start, as good as. Right, we've been plodding up this hill. We're just about to come up and over this lip. I'm hoping that gives us the first view of the mountain. So we shall get up there and have a wee deek. Ready, Ralph? Go! Go, Ralph! Come on! Good boy! Aha! There you go, folks. Looks like a steep pull up the flanks there to pick up the ridge. Whew. Thankfully it's clouded over, it's not too hot. It's pretty humid though. Right, get a breather. So here we are on a semi-decent day, heading up this cracking little hill, which should really pack a punch. It sits in a peninsula in between Little Loch Broom and Loch Broom itself over by Ullapool. So it should give us a cracking position to see out to the western seaboard. We've got the likes of Anchalik there behind me, and you should see far up north to like Assynt and all that as well. So aye, should be good once we get up to the summit. Rightio folks, we're back on the move. That was a welcomed break after that initial slog up. Now we're just getting around to this loch in here, and then we'll start the second slog up to the ridge before we make up to the summit itself. Now moving on, I've had a couple of messages come in just asking if I'm okay, and yeah, I'm absolutely fine now. I did have a Lyme disease scare back in July there. I was bitten by a tick towards the end of June, and then about 9 days later I came down with Lyme disease symptoms. I had like aches and pains, dizzy, just feeling really weak and fatigued. Just everything that's described as Lyme disease. So first thing I did is get myself to the doctors. I got a blood test, that came back negative just a week or so ago, so that's good. And I think I just had a bad viral infection which lasted just over a week. But then coming out of that viral infection, I was struggling with lower back pain, which I've only just sort of managed to get on top of now, so that's why I've been a little bit quiet on social media the last few weeks, just in case you were wondering. But the mojo's suffering a little bit as well, and I know Anne, she's in a similar boat. The enthusiasm to go hill walking just isn't quite what it used to be. And I kind of think to myself, I've been doing this for 17 years now, I've had a really good run, so the enthusiasm was always going to maybe peak at some point, and I don't think I've lost interest. I'm not enjoying today, I'm enjoying this. It's good to get out, get a blather with Anne. But I've been actually watching more car content on YouTube recently. For those of you who don't know, I was a bit of a boy racer back in the day. I loved a GTI or an XR2i. So I've been starting to watch more content on classic cars. Well, not so much classic cars, but just all the cars from my childhood, late 70s into the 80s and 90s. They're my sort of favourite era for cars, and I just enjoy watching barn finds and all that sort of stuff. So I've actually been looking to buy maybe a practical classic to take me up north, but the reality is I think it's just sort of rose tinted specs. You remember your youth driving these cars, and I don't think it would be much fun keeping them on the road now. It'd probably take up a lot of time and money, so I'm just going to stick with the big Honda. But anyways, we're halfway around this loch, so I'll press on and I'll bring you back further around. Ralph, you scared of spiders because you've got a big one on your head, son. Look at the size of that. You're going to flick it off, Anne?
No, when you're finished.
I'm finished, you can flick it. Just not towards me.
You big fucking girl.
Not far till we pick up this ridge. About another 100 metres or so. That's me on the summit of Beinn Ghobhlach, is it pronounced? I'm in the little shelter cairn, which I think is slightly lower than the little rock outcrop at the summit there. But anyways, the views are fantastic. You can see out to the Summer Isles. Got Ullapool behind me there. And aye, it's cracking. And Challock that way as well. The route can be continued by following the ridge around the quarry for uninterrupted views of Loch Brooms and beyond. Or, like us, you can retrace your steps. Woo! Happy days, back on the track. Well folks, that's me back at the car. I actually enjoyed that. It was good to catch up with Anne. Let's hope this helps get that old mojo back. I think what I'm going to do going forward is I'm going to forget about bagging the Corbetts. Just do what I fancy, meet up with people, go a hike and just take it from there. And then maybe see next year, get these Corbetts finally finished. But anyways, I'm going to wrap this video up. If you watched this far, thank you very much. I'll leave another little hiking video here that you might like to watch. Otherwise, I'll catch you guys in the next one. Cheers.